Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be going through PSLE 2025 question number 1. Okay, so which is a characteristics of all living things? So in this case, before we talk about characteristics, we need to know what characteristics that is exhibit or showcased by all living organism. Okay, for living organism, we can kind of break it down into 4 parts. Okay, animal, okay, plant, fungi, as well as bacteria. These are the 4 major groups of living things that you have really learned in your P3 to P6. So some of the characteristics is that living things need water, food and air to survive. Okay, living things can grow, respond to changes and reproduce. Okay, so these are usually the 4 characteristics of living things that's shown by living things, to show that they are living things. Okay, so number 1, they can reproduce. Yes, all living things can reproduce. Okay, animals, fungi, plant, bacteria, all can reproduce. So in this case, number 1 is the correct answer. Okay, all living things can reproduce to ensure continuity of their own kind. So in this case, number 1 is the correct answer. But let's take a look why the rest of them is not an answer. Okay, so number 2, they can make food. Okay, so in this case, is this correct or not? Okay, think about this. Which group of living things can make food? Only plants. Animals, fungi, bacteria, they cannot make their own food. Although some bacteria may have the ability to make their own food, but in general, animals, fungi, they cannot make their own food. So this is wrong. Okay, because in this case, animals cannot make their own food. They depend on plants for food. They can move to another place by themselves. Okay, this is quite a wrong statement to talk about it, because when we say about all living things can move to another places by themselves, or they can move from places to places by themselves, we are talking about all of them including plants. But plants, they cannot move around. Okay, they cannot move around, so they cannot move from places to places. So in this case, this is not applicable to plants. So number 2 and number 3 is wrong. Okay, plants cannot move by themselves. Okay, but just take note. Plants can move in response to changes in their environment. For example, if you have a plant, okay, then you put them into a box, and somehow you cut this, right? So the plants will grow towards the light, right? So some of them may see this as a form of movement, but this movement arises due to respond to changes in their environment. Okay, they grow towards the light. Okay, so in this case, we don't see this as a form of movement from place to place, but we see this as a form of movement in response to changes in their environment. Okay, I hope I make myself clear for this part. So number 4, they do not respond to changes in their environment. This is totally wrong. They do not. They do. Okay, they do. They do respond to changes in their environment for all living things. So number 1 is the correct answer.